Yo, what's good? It's your boy Vacation Time with Ryan. And in today's video, we're going to do a 2025 wrap up. We're going to be wrapping up the year. Let's talk about favorite moments, favorite travel destinations of 2025 for the Vacation Time with Ryan channel. All right. Appreciate you guys for all your support. Hit the like button, it's free. Share the video, and let's talk about favorite moments for 2025. And of course, please share your favorite moments of 2025. It could be your favorite trip that you've been on or favorite trip you've seen me on, whatever you like. So let's talk about favorite trip and then also favorite video that I've dropped of this past year. All right. So 2025, we're gonna dial it back to 11 months ago. Would that be too far? Yeah, let's go back to all right, right about there. All right. So I think this is where we would start. Oh, 10 months ago. All right. So that's story time. We're not gonna do that. All right. So here we started in Cartagena. Um, if you do remember, that was January. Cartagena. This video was do I feel safe here? I just talked about do I feel safe? I felt very safe in Cartagena, by the way. And we will be back in February, God willing. All right. So let's talk about it. Here was some of the Colombia content. Boom, boom, boom. Numerically, what did the best numerically this year? I guess my Copacabana got 15K. I think that might have been the most I did this year as far as like views go. But let's say my favorite video. Let me see. Let's go up and let me see. So we started in Colombia. Boom, boom, boom. We got some. All right, we did a lot of Colombia videos. Then good old Brazil. All right. Probably take me a minute to find what I think my favorite actual video is, and then after that, we'll break down the trips, and then towards the end, I'll give you what was my favorite trip. We'll do that at the end. So first, right now, I'm seeking what I think my favorite video was of this year. All right. Brazil still, DR stuff, more Brazil, Panama. Nothing has stood out so far. Panama, dating in Panama. DR could should be the one. Santo Domingo, apartments. Interview with Jerry and Shayla. Shout out to them. Toronto, more DR stuff. Mm, mm. Nothing pops out so far, so far. All right, hold tight, hold tight. I'm gonna keep looking. I don't want to bore you out. Wait. All right, so we're gonna do two things: favorite video and favorite live stream. Off the rip, I already know off the top of my head, my favorite live stream I did this year was the reacting to the African guys. Um, so hold on, let me see if I can pull that up. Let me put it on mute because I know it got crazy. Yeah, let me mute it. So that to me, from off the top of my head, was my favorite live stream from my channel this year. Why? It was a lot of fun reacting to it. And it was my highest viewed live stream. We had over 100 people in there. That's obviously higher for me. That's a high number for me as far as live viewers. It was fun. We had fun, no hard feelings to, those brothers and sisters over there. Shout out to Kenya. That was, there was some drama that happened and we reacted to it live and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We had new viewers coming in, we made new friends. It was just it was a fun environment. We had fun, we all spoke, and it was cool. So I would say that was my favorite live stream of this year. So now let's continue and find my favorite video that I dropped this year. So now, if I didn't lose the content for the party, the event I threw, that would have, I'm sure by far that would have been my favorite video that I dropped. But man, I didn't capture even the half of what I had. So I can't even say that was my favorite. Um, let's see. All right. So I thought about this too deep. I had to pause it. So I'm gonna go with my first Cartagena video that I dropped right here. Cartagena, Colombia, 2020-2025.
If you work in IT,
For a mixture of it did good numerically for my channel, 8.7 thousand right now it's sitting at. I like the way I started it. You know, I put it together in a way. Um, so I think out of my videos this year so far, I'm gonna go with this one right here. Would be my favorite. Again, nothing special. You know, I just man, but you know, I showed you from the beginning. Yo, me at the crib, me at the crib. Boom, we go in the Cartagena. Let me speed it up. Boom, you can see me even going to my car. You know, I give you the whole spiel, the whole process of how I do my videos going on vacation. All right. So I'll give that what I would say my favorite video of this year. Like I said, it would have been the event if I didn't lose all my content. Um, what I think the audience would choose is the DR video where it said, I think I found my wife. I think I've gotten the best feedback as far as my videos this year. I think the best feedback I've gotten was from that video. A lot of people hit me up and say, yo, I like that, man. You know, do more content like that. So I think that probably what you guys would have chosen. But yeah, this one to me, like, especially going back and even watching it, if I go back in 3 years, I'm gonna remember this trip because I gave it kind of piece by piece from the crib to the airport to arriving, kind of telling y'all what was happening. So that's a memory I can have forever, you know, as long as I go back and look at this. So yeah. Um, all right, cool. So that was my favorite of this year as far as video. So this is me. I was sitting there with my friend that I met there. Like I said in the video, she met me with flowers. I was like, what? Like she met me at the airport. She had flowers for me. It was weird, but I can say it's the first time uh a chick has ever given me flowers. So that was an interesting experience. You can see the flowers right there. But yeah, you know, showing out the Airbnb, just giving out a whole breakdown of the trip. I would put that as my favorite trip so far. Yeah. Nothing crazy, nothing special. See, you know, doing the food, showing y'all the Airbnb, showing y'all us pulling up to the beach, and of course the famous rappers. These two brothers are now legendary on my channel. Um, part of intro now. So we gotta go find those brothers. So we got our legendary intro off of this. You know what I mean? Sí, pero Barbie quiere escuchar muy original. Hey. You are speaking English, you're speaking Spanish. Hey. So yeah. So yeah. So for many reasons, I'll choose that to be my favorite video so far. All right. So now we can go back. All right, excuse me. StreamYard had to reset. But all right, so I gave y'all my favorite live stream of this year. I gave y'all my favorite video of this year. The video I think you guys would have chosen, the audience I think would have chosen this video right here. Could she be the one? Like I said, I got a lot of based just on response. That's what I feel like y'all would have chose. But again, y'all could put in the comments for y'all that have been rocking all year. Right. So we're gonna break down the trips of this year, and then lastly, I'm gonna tell y'all my favorite trip from 2025 to wrap up 2025. And before we get there, I was gonna drop a short, but for those of you guys that sent in, you know, your top 5 channels that you've been watching of 2025, a lot of people sent me in their top 5, and I do appreciate that. I don't think I'm super special, but the fact that you invested your time into watching my channel means the world to me. So I just want to straight up say thank you. Thank you guys so much. That means a lot to me. Again, a lot of you have shared that I was in your top 5. So this, I think this is all right. I'll share with y'all right here my top 5. Um, Top 5 that YouTube said I've been watching of 2025. I don't know how, but I'm on there as number 1. Charlie Chan TV is number 2 in my top 5 watched channels. DCPRT DCPRT at number 3. Razor Rays at number 4, and The Travel POV at number 5. That was my top 5. I still don't know how they put myself in there, but Charlie Chan, DCPRT, Razor Rays, and then Travel POV. Shout out to all those YouTubers. And then a lot of you guys sent me that I was in your top 5. See, somebody had me number 2. Someone else had me number 2 again. Someone had me at their number 1. And this is just what you're consuming the most for the year. Someone else had me there number 3. Number 1 again. Someone like I got a lot of number 1, and I would never, like, like I said, I don't think I'm nothing special, but I do live stream a lot, right? So I do believe people who watch the live streams, they'll probably have it at number 1, because sometimes we do like 12-hour live streams. So obviously that's a lot of watch time going towards my channel. So like I said, I don't think I'm special, but I do think a lot of you guys enjoy the live streams. Either way, you're watching my channel, thank you so much. All right, just had to take that moment to do that. So now let's get to the moment of the video. Let's go through 2025 real quick, and then I'll give you my favorite trip. All right, boom. So where we started off Cartagena, Colombia. All right, that's where we started the year off, in Cartagena. All right, so boom, boom, boom. All these, did a story time of dating situation. Um, the videos, got a nightlife video. That's Cartagena trip. It was cool. I enjoyed Cartagena trip. I thought it was cool. We're going back in February. I need more time. I didn't spend a lot of time. So to really assess it, I would need more time. I did not really indulge in, that lifestyle that a lot of brothers go there to. I did not, just being honest. I went there and explored Cartagena. I had like just a dating partner with me. Wasn't my girlfriend, but just like a friend. And I had that person with me the whole trip. And it wasn't like I didn't go out and meet people and date around and stuff like that. I didn't do that. But I did explore a bit of Cartagena. And I didn't have enough time. So we're going back in February so we could really actually explore, do maybe some excursions, and maybe go to Palenque. I wanted to go to Palenque. I ran out of time. So we're going to really explore as real travelers. All right. So yeah, boom. That's where we started. Then we did Brazil. Boom. Then we went to Brazil. Brazil was absolutely amazing. It was fun. Here, carnival. So much people in town for carnival. We did like a little walkthrough. That did good numerically. Got 15K views, which is really good for my channel. So that was cool for Brazil. Hold on, we're gonna go through a little bit of what we did. We'll show just a little bit of this. Yeah, you could see how much people was there, right? It was just pretty packed. It's true what they say about Brazil. You really do be seeing people just randomly kissing out of nowhere. Like, it's like that for real. You know how many times, like, we'll see people like just kissing, like, and not regular kissing, like they going at it. Like if it was here, people would be like staring, like, what, like, get a room, like, but over there, nah, it's really like normalized. Anyways, so boom, Brazil. Yeah. So I did some more Brazil videos. The actual carnival. We went to the actual carnival. Shout out to Charlie Chan TV. We was just talking to Charlie right there. I'm just giving y'all a quick glimpse. Look, we chilling, talking with Charlie, and DCPRT was there as well. But I want to show y'all, we actually went to the actual carnival, right? Boom, see? The actual carnival. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it wasn't big screen. So boom. You know what I'm saying? So it was a cool trip. It was a cool trip. Carnival. It actually was a fire experience. I'm not gonna lie. Like going to the carnival, it was a dope experience. It really genuinely was a dope experience, man. Um, and let me be very clear. I'm very, very, very blessed, appreciative to be able to go so far away from home and see, one of the greatest carnivals like in the world. Like Brazil Carnival is yeah, it's probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest. So, anyways, shout out. So that was more Carnival. So let's pick up where we left off. We left off at Carnival, the yacht party. Um, Shout out to Skylar DeRuin, throws these yacht parties. And that was a lot of fun. You can see DCPRT right there. Don Banks was there. It was a good time. It was a good time. It was a good experience. You know what I'm saying? We heard about it. We were in town. We were already in town for Carnival. It was like, okay, good opportunity to meet. These brothers are YouTubers, and of course, it was fun. Beautiful women everywhere on a yacht in Rio. Can't beat that, man. You can't beat that. You can't put a price on that. It's priceless. So, we just rummaged through a little bit. So, Skyler was nice enough to allow me to interview him. Um, he's a cool brother, man. Shout out to him. Um, Catch a little bit of the party. See what I'm saying? It was a good time, bro. And Don Banks was cool too. Shout out to him. He was nice enough to let me interview him. The ladies were cool. They was cool talking on camera. It was just good vibes, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was just having a good time, drinking, eating, whatever. So that was cool. The yacht party. All right, what we do after that? Christ the Redeemer statue. We went and seen that. I did a story time and yeah. I'll be wilding. Trust me on this. The favela tour. We did a favela. We went through the favela. Listen, when we travel, we are traveling. Like me, DCPRT, Charlie Chan, and shout out to Rolando. Rolando was there too, so shout out to him. Yeah, man, we doing favela tours. We going to see the statues. We yacht parties. Like we're really traveling and doing travel stuff. You know what I mean? Not going all the way there just to party alone. You know what I mean? Just we want to explore what y'all got. Like what's the tourist attractions? What's going on in the inner city, outer city, whatever. We trying to explore. So Brazil, what else? Yeah, that was the Christ the Redeemer. Lapa nightlife. We did a walkthrough on Lapa. That video did fairly decent for my channel, right? Maybe for someone else's channel, that's not the greatest. 6,000 views but for my channel, that's pretty good. Me and DCPRT went out to Lapa, had a pretty dope night. It was cool, man. You know what I'm saying? See, they had all kind of clubs. Went to this food spot. There go DC right there. I'm just skimming through so y'all can see. If you guys want to check those videos out, obviously go and check them out. Look, Brazilians cool. They dancing in the street, vibing. It was, good vibes, good vibes. Definitely check it out. Um, I think that might be it for Brazil. Was that it? Yeah, I met some friends that were cool enough to allow me to interview them. I do these interviews, guys. I typically do them at my Airbnb because it's just somewhere it's quiet, it's safe, nobody gonna bother you. So I don't know what you guys think when y'all see me in an interview in an Airbnb. It don't mean nothing bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just an interview. You know what I'm saying? Y'all some people take it like it's the beginning to like a flick or something. No, bro. It's literally an innocent interview. You know what I'm saying? This was fun because I got to practice Portuguese. You're
Sim.
okay. De onde você?
Eu sou aqui mesmo do Rio de Janeiro, carioca.
So that was fun because practicing Portuguese, which I was studying before the trip, like if I'm gonna go to Brazil, I'm going to study Portuguese before my trip.
Da Gema.
Okay. I don't know about y'all, but that's just.
Foi para outros países?
Nunca fui para outros países, só conheço o Brasil, alguns lugares do Brasil.
Okay, nunca foi.
Nunca.
Alright, so she never.
So she was nice. All right, my fault. I accidentally went out of StreamYard. This is raw, unedited, guys. So you guys are gonna see the whole process. But shout out to y'all. So yeah, so like I said, these interviews, they're totally innocent. I don't want you guys getting the wrong idea from them. But like I said, this was fun because I got to practice my Portuguese with her and she was nice about it. Because she didn't speak any English. All right. So, anyways, so boom, that's Brazil. I think was that it for Brazil? And then the Ipanema Beach, which in real time, if you heard me, I said this was my favorite moment of the trip in real time. But looking back, I don't know if this was my favorite moment. But in real time, I said, yo, this is my favorite moment of the trip. And the reason I think is because I relaxed, men like peace. It was very peaceful. I wasn't thinking, oh, what to do next? Oh, Christ the Redeemer. Oh, favela. Oh, this, oh, that. Oh, we're going here, we're going there. It was just calm. It was just chilling by the beach by myself. Ain't need nobody for this particular moment, right? It was just chill. It was just chill, Like I said, I don't claim to be the most spectacular rabbit out the hat YouTuber, but I do invite y'all into my life. All right. So I really enjoyed that. Even though I live next to arguably one of the best beaches in South Beach, Miami, but I don't really do this at home. I really don't, honestly. So, yeah. So, boom, boom, boom. So, I think this is going to wrap up my Brazil trip. So, I'm just showing y'all a little bit, just on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Brazil beach vibe. Nothing crazy, nothing special. Just chilling, beach day. But all right. I think that's it for that. We'll continue. Yeah, and then I talked a little bit. But it didn't get a lot of this one only didn't get a lot of views. It's only sitting at 700. But still was one of my favorite moments. All right, so that's Brazil. So we did Colombia, we did Brazil. Just giving y'all a little bit of that. Yeah. Then after that, the next trip after that, Panama. I met Giamo in person. Boom. So I put that video out right away. That was cool. Shout out to Giamo. We had a cool conversation. We kicked it a bit. That was cool. Panama was interesting. It was surprisingly amazing. Surprisingly amazing. I think being Jamaican made it even more cool because the Jamaican influence in that country is heavy and it is fire. I was screaming this to the mountaintops. I had a chick put on some Vibes Cartel when we was hanging out, and I was like, "What?" And you can tell that's just the norm out there. So it was fire. Mind you, Shorty don't even speak English, so it's fire. So, o sea, mañana vamos a comer algo. Sí? Okay. Just a little. What's good, man? So yeah, I do my thing from the crib. Let y'all know I'm going where I'm going. Ray. So this is my first Panama video, but just giving y'all the play-by-play of where we went this year, right? So get you a little bit of the airport. See, get y'all, play-by-play what's going on. Boom, the Airbnb, classic. This Airbnb did not have hot water. Why? That was such a rookie mistake of me. But the building was absolutely amazing. The Sands apartments in Panama City, right? Absolutely amazing. And on this trip, I went to Cologne. I met some cool people. and we explored Panama. It was absolutely fun. I only reason I ordered Wendy's because they had fried chicken, and that blew my mind because they don't sell fried chicken at Wendy's over here, so I had to try it. Walking the streets, you know what I'm saying, being amongst the Panamanian people, that was cool. Look, you see, I think that's a Chinese brother right there. Spoke clear Spanish. That was absolutely cool as well. Good vibes right there on my first day in Panama. So boom. So we still in Panama. All right. Cologne. We went to Cologne. All these are videos y'all can go check out, or maybe y'all already seen it. If you're enjoying this, hit the like button. I just want to give y'all a 2025 wrap up of my year, and I appreciate y'all. Probably gonna be more for my core audience if you rock with me. If you don't rock with me, you're probably bored by now. But yeah, for those of you that rock with me, drop a 100 in the chat if you made it this far. Yeah, this is me going to Cologne. Cologne was cool. I could have recorded more, but sometimes I like to embrace the moment and I forget I'm a YouTuber. So, I got caught up in the moment. I should have recorded more, especially on the ground, because I met a group of like Caribbean Panamanians. It was crazy. Like they were playing like this reggae with Spanish. It was amazing, and I really should have recorded that. But they were cool people, man. And, a lot of people say Cologne is like the city a lot of black Panamanians be at. So it was cool. The young lady with me, she's Afro, Afro Latina, black. You can see clearly she's a black woman right there. Proud. You know what I'm saying? So, and yeah, we're just, homies hanging out. We went out, we ate. She just showed me around her city. Good vibes. All right. So Panama. So boom, 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 boom. Panama. So what we got next? All right, let's speed it up. I ain't gonna do y'all in too long. All right, so Panama. We did the inner city stuff. I paid $2.50 for the best street food. Yeah, if you check that video out, it's cool. If you think Panama is expensive, you can find cheap food and cheap stuff. Obviously, it depends where you go and who you know. All right. So I did a story time about Panama. Then we went to DR. That's I think I found my wife in the Dominican Republic video. You guys like that one? Whatever. She cool, she's a cool person. That was cool. We went out. We went to Mixer on that night. We met with the homies. It was cool. Yeah, we went to Mixer. We was with the homies. I think there's Jay Holiday. Shout out to my brother Jay Holiday in the building. So meeting with the guys, that was cool. That was fun. Like I said, the content is there. I ain't gonna talk your head out. This was my favorite favorite Airbnb of 2025 right here. Shout out to Prime on that one because that was actually supposed to be shared between me and my brother Prime, but this is another story for another day, but I ended up having it to myself. This was the best Airbnb I've been in all 2025. It was absolutely amazing. Had a gate. It was a whole house. Oh man. And I know they didn't pay that much for it. I just know they did. They probably got it years ago when it was cheaper, and now they got it on Airbnb. Shout out to the owners of that, man. Jacuzzi, 3 bedrooms. This was my favorite Airbnb. It was kind of big for me. It's kind of oversized, but it was fire. It was fire. It was absolutely fire. All right. So this is the art trip after Panama, right? So this is cool. It was me and her. We played Jenga and all that. So play for some money. We were supposed to go to Puerto Plata, but we ended up, yeah, I drank too much, and fell asleep. Literally fell asleep. Nothing else. So boom, shout out. So boom, went to DR after Panama. Look, I even did some construction videos. So then after Panama, boom, DR. Look, showing y'all some construction stuff. You know, we doing what we can. We doing it all. Look. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of what they say about me, I'm a good brother. I'm gonna show y'all the, you know what I mean? I'm gonna show y'all the apartments for sale and all that too. We're gonna get more real estate videos too. Cause I know some of these other cats that think they cooler than everybody think that we just go overseas and date. Nah, man. I'm a real traveler. I like to actually travel. You know, I kind of give y'all a perception on YouTube, but like if you know me in real life, I genuinely enjoy travel. I've been traveling since I was years old, since before I could even make my own decision to travel, right? Remember, I'm Jamaican. So y'all don't get it twisted. Anyways, sorry, guy. Sorry, not to get carried away. It's just I get tired of people like judging a brother, you know what I mean? Anyways, boom, that's the DR. Look, I even this young lady, she was cool too. Look, again, innocent interview, regardless of what y'all think. And she gave a lot of game. Let me see. Did y'all get in the comments on this? 42 comments. All right, y'all did. She gave a lot of game about dating, about cost of living, all of that. So y'all tap it. I gave y'all the caption. This was in Spanish.
Depende lo lujo que se vaya de esa persona.
So this was in Spanish, but I gave y'all the caption. Tap in on that video. A lot of game was dropped. All right. I think I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna stop on that. Like, so that was the DR trip after Panama. All right. Then we went to Toronto, Canada. 369 views. Clearly, y'all don't care about Toronto. Boom. That was the next destination. Then we went back to DR for the event, right? So boom, bad news, lost all the footage. That's where I started there. Went to Bani, did an excursion in Bani, only 400 views. So even when you try to show the real travel stuff, you know, sometimes the algorithm don't care, you know. People want to see oh, I found my wife. Not always though, not always, because there are like, you know, I guess you entertaining. You don't have to do a certain type of content, but my channel was built a certain way. So maybe my algorithm is just a little different, right? But we're gonna fix that. So anyways, so back to DR again, right? So this is our second time in DR. This time we threw an event. The event was amazing. You know, I do story times in between. I do all that. A little clips from the event. I lost my footage from the event. So we did an event and then we went to Mixer the next night. Look, Mixer was lit. Mixer was absolutely lit. Shout out to Miguel. Met Miguel for the first time in person. Great brother, good brother. Shout out to him. Shout out to Ung Jay as well. They just built a hotel in Cartagena, Rooftop CTG. Find them on Instagram, Rooftop CTG. Make sure y'all book that. You know, so if you're going to Cartagena, you need somewhere to book that, you know, is not strict with all these rules. Hit me and I can send you the link to their place. All right. So this was that from what I got from that trip. What about the event? Did I give y'all the event in the beginning? My fault. We're going through it together, guys. Just bear with me. I'm gonna put this out right away. No editing. I'm gonna just put it out. So I showed y'all the mansion for the event. It was huge. It was a lot of acres, a lot of space. It was absolutely huge. See, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Look. This place was huge, brother. And I actually think that worked against me and not in my favor, because I think it was so huge that during the event you could have been mistaken like it wasn't a lot of people there. But if we had did it in just one room, it would have looked packed, right? So it was so huge. You had people spread out. We had two little small guest houses, you know, where people could go use the bathroom at. So people was spread out all over. We had the area where you get your drinks at and the food at. We had the house. It was a lot going on, right? So, but it was cool, man. It was cool. It was a good time. It was a good time. Not much people got into the pool. Only a couple of people got in the pool. But it was a good time. So, um, that was DR again. After that DR trip, after the DR, was that the last? Okay, that was the last trip. Whew. All right, cool. My bad. So we ran through all trips of this year. I might drop a story time here or there, a reaction to something going on. So I gave y'all my favorite live stream. I give y'all my favorite video. And without further ado, I'll give y'all my favorite trip of this year. So we started off Colombia, then we went to Brazil, then we did Panama, then we did DR, then we did Toronto, Canada, then we went back to DR. Out of all those trips, my favorite entire trip, I'm gonna give two, drum roll please. Brazil. Yeah, I think y'all probably knew that, but I was wearing the hat. I promise I didn't do this on purpose, but Brazil, right? That was my favorite trip in its entirety. My favorite moment was the event because it's my first event. That's my favorite moment, but it wasn't on camera, right? My favorite moment was the event, but my favorite trip in its entirety was Brazil. It's the furthest I've ever been. Almost a 9-hour flight, and that's from Florida, from the bottom. I can imagine y'all coming from different states. I'm from the actual bottom state of the United States, going to Brazil, 8.5-hour flights. So that was my favorite trip. Everything. We did. Again, I went through it earlier. We seen the Christ the Redeemer statue. We went to the favelas and see how they live in the favela. That was a humbling experience. The beaches are amazing, packed. Copacabana Beach, Ipanema Beach, like it was just fire. The energy, hopping off the airplane, seeing so much people, the huge airport, things were cheap. Food was cheap. People was nice. Everything was cool. Showed me that I need to learn Portuguese. Just seeing a different side to things was real cool for me. All right. So I had number one of my trips. My number one trip this year was Brazil. Next year, right? Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Next year, right? What do you guys think it's gonna be? So first quarter, Cuba. We're going to Cuba. Then we're going to Colombia. Then put in the comments, where should I go after Colombia? January, Cuba. February, Colombia. What's next, right? I was supposed to be going to Jamaica. I don't know. I got to see what's going on with that. Not sure if I'm still going. So let me know where y'all want to see me go. Any tips and tricks for Cuba? What do you want to see? If you would like to be a part of any of these trips, hit me up. And oh yeah, one more thing before we get going. I have a guide. A lot of you know me from the Dominican Republic. I did live there in the past. So I put together a Santo Domingo travel guide. I was going to do a straight up video, but I give y'all a guide. So if you hit the link, so this is my YouTube page. Look how it says 6 links here. Boom. Right here. Patreon, Instagram, CashApp. We're right here. Number 4 is the Santo Domingo travel guide. So make sure y'all tap in on that travel guide. Grab that. If you going and you will see some places to go, places to eat, some information there, tips, tricks, and all that good stuff. But if you have any personal questions for me, send me a message on Instagram at Vacation Time with Ryan. I'm very open. I'll respond. I like reading y'all messages. I like hearing y'all experiences. I like answering your questions. I appreciate y'all reaching out. But again, cop the Santo Domingo travel guide. Maybe you're just an expert and you don't need it. Maybe you just want to support. You can still grab it just to show some love. Or maybe you might see some places on there that you've never been to and you're like, oh, let me go check this place out, or some things that you ain't know about it. Other than that, quick thought. Did I leave anything out? Not sure. Put in the comments again. what your favorite video from me was this year, 2025. What your favorite trip from me was. Where do you want to see me go next year? What do you want to see me change about my content? Do you want to see more of this, more of that? Do you want me to have more interactions with women? Do you want me to have less interactions with women? Do you want to see me do more excursions, newer countries, new continents, Asia, Africa? What do you want to see? Put a 100 in the chat if you made it this far. Let me know. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is your boy Vacation Time with Ryan, giving you my favorite trip of this year, my favorite video of this year, my favorite live stream of this year. And hopefully we make many more memories together as a club, as a community. Again, if you need me, reach out. And don't hesitate to reach out. All right. Make sure y'all cop the travel guide. And let me know what else y'all want to see. All right. Vacation Time with Ryan. We out. Peace. Peace. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. Blessings. Blessings.